All right, we just had the opening kickoff, and Houston goes 3 and out. We had a little bit of delay getting started here. Hello. I do eat pasta. But yeah, we're looking to call our first UFL game of the year. This will be good practice for the NFL. Today we have the Houston Roughnecks versus the Dallas Renegades. Dallas now will get the ball at their own 24-yard line. 1st and 10, 12:55 left to go in the first. I do eat garlic bread. This was spur of the moment, obviously, last second, as Dallas tries to run into the line and they get completely stuffed. I can tell you this is definitely different the first game I watched today. Today I watched DC versus St. Louis, and St. Louis crowd was packed. Out here in Dallas, it looks like a mostly empty stadium. Dallas play action. Steps up and launches. Long bomb complete down to the yard line for Dallas. What a throw by Reed. See, that had to be, good God, that was how many yards in the air? I was about 60 yards in the air there, down to the 18-yard line. Excuse me, I said the 8-yard line. Quick bubble screen, gain of 2, tackle. Would be second down. Do we give you games, please? Yeah. Yeah, that was a fucking laser, a cannon arm there a few plays ago to Tyler Vaughn's. Now in shotgun again, Dallas takes the snap. Reed stands in the pocket, fires just out of range there. No catch. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for Dallas. Clock runs in the UFL on incomplete passes outside of the 2 minutes. There's a little bit of different rules here in the UFL than there's the NFL. We'll go over them as we go through today. One of them being you have to go forward or kick a field goal when you cross 50. 10:34 to go as he takes a snap in the first quarter. Oh my goodness. Dropped by the running back. It right in his fucking hands. It would have been a first down, maybe more. Drops it. Dallas up to set up for a field goal. One of the other rules, too, I believe, if any field goal 50 yards or more is worth 4 points instead of 3, this would be a 3-point field goal. Hey, how's it going, man? This will be a 33-yard field goal off the right hash. They're going to hurry up. The play clock's running down. No, they reset the play clock. All right. The kick is no good. It hits the left upright. Shockingly, we're still nothing here. First quarter, 9:53 to go as we go to commercial. Did not see that coming. We're going to commercial, guys. And while we're on commercial, I need to pick out a better thumbnail for this video. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to pick out a better thumbnail. Houston versus Dallas. thumbnail's not too bad. I think I'll take that. While we're on commercial, I'm going to add that thumbnail to the stream here. Feel free to chat. I'll check chat, especially on commercials and in between plays. Yeah, the first game was good today between St. Louis and DC. DC's the defending champs. All right. Let's see here. I need to freaking get the edit. All right. A lot of sports going on today. You know, you got women's college basketball, men's college basketball tournament. We got NBA going on. We got hockey going on, UFL. You know, pick your flavor. Golf. There's a lot happening. All right, so we have the thumbnail here. This should be updated. We should have an updated thumbnail here. Cool. All right, we're updated. We're back from commercial. Houston with the ball now. Intercepted! Dallas pick six the other way. Houston. Oh, intercepted. Stephen Jones, touchdown, pick six. Read the quarterback's eyes all the way. Henderson, what are you thinking? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah, classic case of he threw it out in the flat and the corner sat on it and picked right off. The throw was behind him. Oh, man, that's horrible. That's just absolutely horrible. Oh, my God. And now Dallas, having no confidence in their kicker after missing a 33-yard field goal, instead of taking a 33-yard extra point, they're going for two. Wildcat formation, fake throw, run up the middle, nothing. Stuffed. So it is 6-0 Dallas after the pick six by Jones Jr. Looks like we're probably going to commercial. Which Wii U games? See in the chat where you have people want me to do Wii U games. Which Wii U games? All of them. We party you, we fit you. Oh, yeah, that throw is inexcusably behind him. You can't get away with that. You cannot get away with a throw like that. Horrible. So, I mean, while we're on commercial, guys, let's do a little bit of sports discussion. We got Iowa versus Illinois tonight in the Elite Eight. No, Sweet Six, Elite Eight. And winner goes to the Final Four. That game's going to start before this game ends. I'm going to miss some of it because we're calling this UFL game. But Iowa versus Illinois, does Iowa's Cinderella streak continue? Yes or no in the chat. Or just write Iowa or Illinois in the chat. I've picked against Iowa since round 1, and they keep winning. So I'm going to pick against them again. I think Illinois gets the dub. Illinois is the tallest team in the country. And then while we're still on commercial here in the UFL game, later tonight, we also have Purdue versus Arizona. Purdue, I did have in my Final Four. So will they be able to upset Arizona? Write A in the chat if you think Arizona, P in the chat if you think Purdue. And we are back from commercial. They're showing a replay of the interception that took place. Bad. If you're going to throw that out there in the flat, which I don't advise to do with the guy being so close anyway, it has to be low and away. Low and away. Outside shoulder, at least. Or high and away. It has to be away. It has to be more towards the sidelines. You cannot throw it behind him. Horrible. Kickoff. Houston takes it. They get up to about the 30-yard line there. Good return. Henderson now comes out. Now, how do you keep a young quarterback's confidence after throwing a pick like that? Hey, Sam, what's going on? Thank you for showing up for the stream. But how do you repair a young quarterback's confidence after he completely just throws a horrible pick six? I think you need to run the ball and then set up an easy pass for him after. Well, this was a play action, throw over the middle, a low to the tight end, incomplete. Nearly picked off again. Henderson is 1 for 3, 6 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, pick 6, which is not a good start to the season for him. Houston takes the snap. Henderson drops back and throws again. I almost threw another interception. My goodness. Where's the run game here? Can we protect a young quarterback's psyche? He put another ball in harm's way, nearly intercepted. What is going on? That was another behind throw behind him. Again, almost picked again in the flat. Third and 10, another passing situation here for Houston. Drop back, scrambling, running down the sidelines, fires. Incomplete. Wait a minute. Let's see. No, he doesn't have it. Both of his feet are off the ground when he grabs it. It's 4th and 10 now. About 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Houston has to punt. The punt is a high-hanging kick, but he has a chance for a return, and it'll be down to about their own 33-yard line for the Dallas Renegades. The Gamblers versus the Renegades. It's funny because my TV guide, before I didn't know what the teams were for UFL to start this season because they're kind of like all over the place, right? They kind of like changed it up a little bit. But I know my TV guide says it's the Houston Roughnecks versus the Arlington Renegades. And no, it's the Houston Gamblers versus the Dallas Renegades. So, yeah, difference there. Of course, I know that the St. Louis Sport commercial, by the way. Who's your basketball team, Sam? But no. We do have the St. Louis Battlehawks and the DC Defenders. Glad to see they didn't mess them up. I'm okay with the Houston Gamblers and the Dallas Renegades. That's fine. They got what, a team from Columbus now? My basketball team in college is Duke, and in the NBA, it's the Boston Celtics. Okay, buddy. All right, we chill on that a little bit. But yeah, no. I think they brought back a Seattle team, they have an Orlando team. Okay, so hold on. Let's try to count. You got the Columbus team, Aviators, the Seattle Kings, Orlando Storm, Birmingham Stallions, DC Defenders, St. Louis Battlehawks, Dallas Renegades, Houston Gamblers. There, I got all 8 teams right. So if you're going off that logic, then probably St. Louis and Columbus are meant to be rivals. Orlando and DC are meant to be rivals. No, there's a Louisville Kings. The Louisville Kings. They're not Seattle. It's the Louisville Kings. That's right. Yeah, you could go to Brazil if you want. But yeah, so Louisville and Birmingham, Dallas, Houston against each other, Columbus, St. Louis, DC, Orlando. The pass by Reed is tipped incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Dallas, up 6-0 with 7:55 and counting to go. I do not want to go to Brazil. Reed now in shotgun. He's 2 for 5 for 62 yards. Most of that coming off of the long bomb off the play action. Sits in the pocket all the time in the world to throw. Juggled and caught. First down, Dallas. Reed delivering darts. Early on, Dallas looks like the better team. They're winning, but also their offense looks sharper. Their quarterback looks a little bit better with his ball placement. That was high where only his guy could get it. All right, now they're at the 45-yard line. Tyler Vaughn's has 2 catches for 72 yards. We got 7 minutes to go in the first. Reed now gives the handoff. A nice little gain of 9 there for the running back as he crosses midfield. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Dallas. 2nd and 2 for Dallas. They line up in the pistol again. 3 wide receivers set. Tight end in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Throw out to the flat and a total spear by the Houston linebacker, Goldberg-style spear. It's going to be like 3rd and 4 now. Boy, he's going to feel that tomorrow morning. He was waiting on it too. That play was blued up from the start. Do we play, they say. It is 3rd and 3 for Dallas. They take the snap and shotgun. The ball comes out. It's a fumble. It's at the 39-yard line. But whose ball is it? It's staying Dallas's ball. The offensive lineman was able to grab it, but it's going to be 4th down. They're going to have to punt. Now, it's interesting. If they had crossed midfield, even if they go behind midfield, they would have to go for it in this new UFL rule format. To me, I think Houston should challenge this call. I'm looking at this ball right here, and I see Houston as recovering it. Actually, Dallas does have to go for it. They crossed midfield at one point, so it's 4th and 15. They don't get there. It'll be Houston's ball at about midfield. That's an interesting little quirk there of the UFL rules this year. Dallas did cross midfield at one point, which means they must go for it or kick a field goal. And so they were stuck after the fumble having to go for it on 4th and 15, and they did not get it. Yo, what's up, Eli? We're doing our first UFL stream of the year. We're getting into the swing of things with some football commentary. I'll tell you what. The UFL's got some wild rules, and that we just saw that play out. If you cross midfield in the UFL on a possession, you are not allowed to punt. So what just happened, Dallas crossed midfield, then they fumbled the ball but recovered, and it was 4th and 15 from their own 35, and they had to go for it because on that possession, they crossed midfield. Oh, you're loving Xenoblade? You're at level 43. Oh, yeah, you're probably about halfway through the game then. I think I was at a level 80-something when I fought the final boss. It just feels, it gets better as it goes, just constantly. You feel so accomplished when you get through it. Don't Stop Believing in Separate Ways are your favorite. Yeah, they're my 2 favorite songs as well. But yeah, another rule the UFL has is if you kick over a 50-yard field goal, it's worth 4 points. So they really are discouraging punting, basically, once he crossed midfield. Now, for years, this is what I've always hated, okay? I've always thought that punting should be legal in football. It should just be field goals and go for it. But with the difference being the field goal will act as a punt if you kick it. So you kick it and then it'll be recovered, or it could be returned is what I should say. By the way, Houston's already changing their quarterback. After Henderson threw a pick 6 and then looked shaky on the last drive and went 3 and out, they've already benched Henderson. They brought in Decker for Houston. They've changed up quarterbacks. 1st and 10 now for Houston. Complete on the first pass. About a 9-yard gain there on 1st down. Deckers already looks better than Henderson did all day. So what's crazy about this is, see, they don't have preseason really in the UFL, to my understanding. And so if someone struggles early, they'll bet you and put somebody else in and see how they do. Henderson sucked dick his first 3 possessions. Houston, 2nd and 1, play action to the side in the flat, caught. 1st down, Houston, their first down today. Birmingham defeated Louisville yesterday, 15-13 to start UFL action. I'm hopeful for this year of UFL football. I am. 1st and 10 from the opponent 39-yard line. Shotgun. Another completed pass by Decker. 1st down, a gain of 11 there. Decker looking sharp in the pocket. Looks like the move was pretty smart there for Houston to go to the other quarterback. He might have just won himself the starting job. Shotgun now for Houston from the 28-yard line. Backs up to the flat, caught. but it'll be a gain of 2. He laid out for it. But Decker's 3 for 3 passing, 24 yards. About 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Dallas up 6-0. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Houston. From the 20-yard line. A little screen dump off. A little too high there for the running back. Tipped it incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Deckers, who's 4 for 5 passing for 26 yards. I don't know where Zach, Frankie, or Paul are at for people in chat. Houston now in shotgun. I mean, I sound like a broken record in shotgun. Both these teams are using a lot of shotgun. In the pocket, Deckers delivers. It's outside the outstretched arms of the receiver, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 8, and here comes the field goal team. At the bar with me last night. 2.5 and counting to go in the first quarter. Remember, the clock does not stop at an incompletion outside the last 2 minutes of each half in the UFL. Setting up from the left hash is John Hoyland for a 44-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And kick is good. Dex leads 6-3 over Houston. 2:07 to go in the first. And we are headed to a commercial break. So in the meantime, I'll talk to chat and we'll have some open discussion. You guys can talk about anything. You talk about the game. Or you can talk about anything you want to talk about. But if you're curious where this game is, for most of the country, I believe you'll be looking for a Fox to see this game. You're going to get Xenoblade 3 in May. Yeah, I feel like you'll like that game too. I do. I think if you like Xenoblade 1, I think you'll like Xenoblade 3. I don't know. You might like a Xenoblade 2. You might like a Xenoblade X also. There will be some differences here and there. Where's Matthew? Where's Mark? Mark's probably he's at work. Like I said, he went out to the bar last night. We and him both did. When I got home from the bar, you guys might have noticed I put out 2 shorts because I already had my videos scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, but then a bunch of breaking news happened, of course. So like I did a couple shorts. We talked about PlayStation's price hike on the consoles, which of course we could talk about now if you guys want to. And I talked about the leaks for the Switch 2 games this year. So, but briefly on the console side of things, the PS5 is bumping up to like $600 for just the digital model, $650 for the physical, and $900 for the PS5 Pro. And Switch 2 stuff. So Nate the Hate, he broke on his podcast, and he's usually right. He said they're going to come out with an Ocarina of Time remake, like 4K remake this fall. And he also said that Star Fox is coming this summer, a new Star Fox game. But that a 3D Mario game isn't coming until 2027. So take that with a grain of salt. We'll see if that turns out to be right. Also, he said there's no Nintendo Direct until June. All right, so we're back in the game now. Houston kicks off. Dallas gets the ball at the 5-yard line. They're running it back past the 30, past the 35 to nearly the 40-yard line. Reed's coming out. Austin Reed. In 2019, he was the Division II national champion at Western Florida. And he did preseason with the Chicago Bears in 2024 and 2025. Keep in mind, these are guys, these are players you could see on NFL rosters. Some of these guys make an NFL roster. I know the two most famous UFL players is Turpin, who's now the Dallas receiver / returner, and the Detroit Lions kicker, Jake Bates. Dallas in first down, dump off to the running back, a gain of about 9 yards there. Just went to the flat, dumped it right off to him. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 47. Quick out to the running back again, gain of 1 to the 48-yard line. They're nearing midfield here, which could be actually perilous to go past midfield because in the UFL, going past midfield means you can no longer punt for that possession. So 3rd and 2 for Dallas. It's definitely interesting. I don't know if I want these rules in the NFL or not. But is it interesting to see? Yes. Handoff, stuffed. Totally stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 3. Dallas will see what decision they make. I think they'll punt. About 40 seconds and counting now in the first quarter. It's been a somewhat interesting quarter here. Dallas is keeping their offense on the field. Going shotgun. 3 seconds on the play clock. They better get this off. They did. They went for it. Wide open. Receiver caught it. Running back out of in the flat. Wide open. First down. Oh, wow. We got some jaw jacking going on. And after the play was over, a Houston player pushes a Dallas player down. He flails his hands in the air and falls back, and the ref bought it. Flags out. What an acting job. What a flop. He was pushed, but he threw his hands up like this and flopped to the ground. No, the ref isn't buying it. The ref isn't buying it. He said he took the pin up the flag. They got in each other's faces, and the Houston guy pushes him, and the Dallas player flopped like a fish and acted like he was dead. And they picked up the flag, thankfully. You got to pick up the flag there, or else people would start flopping all the time. That was horrible. That's the end of the first quarter. Dallas is up 6-3 with the ball. That was pretty funny. I see Sam in the chat. You're wanting Dallas to win? I think Dallas is going to win, personally. I thought that before the game, too. Man, I love calling football games. I'm going to be so excited for the NFL season doing this year, next year. Sam, you got a number 2 next to your name. Eli's got number 1. What's going on there? Oh! Anyway, yeah, that flop was fucking crazy. That was a crazy work. Guess while it's commercial and we're still waiting on them to come back. I've never been well with transitioning on waiting on commercial breaks for these streams. I just kind of fuck around with waiting for the commercial to be over, ready to get back to calling the game. But I guess while we're waiting for the game to come back on. Xenoblade X, it is canon. My understanding is there's nothing that's just not canon. You know what I mean? But it really doesn't have anything to do with the story of Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. In Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, honestly, there's some connection there. And 3 really ties it together more than any of the other Xenoblades. With with the way they tie it together, Easter eggs and whatnot. But really, you could play any of the Xenoblade games without playing the other, and you'd be okay. You don't have to play them in order. You don't have to know the canon. I think it adds a little something to it. But again, Xenoblade X isn't that story heavy anyway. It acts like it is because you have to do it acts story heavy at the beginning, but it's really not. Xenoblade X is really just about they wanted you to basically do missions on a new planet. Let's be honest. The silent protagonist character, it's not like you're playing a Shulk. That's the only problem with Xenoblade X. I feel like it lacks personality, but it's very solid gameplay wise. Really is. Dallas now, pistol formation, play action from the 39. They go deep. Reed, complete to the 13-yard line. Reed is not afraid to sling it. He can throw it deep. He has all day. That was a crosser's play. And Dallas, again, beating their guy deep. First and 10 from the 14-yard line. Handoff. Good run there. Down to about the 8-yard line. And again he flops. That's the same guy running back to Houston gets in his face, pushes him to the ground, and the Dallas guy flops. Now he's complaining to a female referee about the push. She's not buying it, no flag. 2nd and 4 for Dallas. 13:45 to go in the second quarter. In shotgun. Handoff. Number 35, the flopper himself gets it down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Merriweather. He's the flopper. This is a 7-play, 59-yard drive that's lasted about 4 minutes. Hello, Super Henry. He's entered the chat. 1st and goal from the 3. Reed takes it, throws it high and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. 12:58 to go. Second quarter. Triton keeps sending me his streams on Discord, and I'm getting emails about it. Well, I mean, I don't know if you could block it or whatever. Play clocks ran out. Flag out. Oh, my God. That's going to cost Dallas a touchdown. They would have had a walk-in, standing-up touchdown. But the flag is out. No, they're saying a timeout. They're saying Dallas got a timeout in. I always call bullshit on that. Whenever the flag's out, they're going to call delay a game, but all of a sudden, like, no, they got the timeout in. They got the timeout in. I used to play Wii Fit in therapy. Yeah, you'd love me to do Wii Fit. Do Pokemon? I might do a Pokemon game on sometime. By the way, we do need, we do need to do Super Mario Land 2. We need to do Super Mario Brothers 3. Life is Strange is coming up very soon. I played Super Mario Land 1 in its entirety the other day. We're building up towards Super Mario World, which is my all-time favorite game. I play it at least once a year. All right, second and goal now for Dallas after the timeout from the 3-yard line. They're on the left hash. Reed and shotgun. Handoff. Stuffed. It'll be third and goal from the 3. Are you serious? Super Mario Land 1 is your all-time favorite game? Come on, you're kidding me, right? I'll be honest. That's the worst 2D Mario game. Come on. The original Mario Bros. Is better. Both versions of 2 are better. World's better. The new Super Mario Bros. Games are better. This game is 12 levels, man. That's all there is in Mario Land 1. All right, here we go. Third and goal from the 3. Reed passes it. It's open. Merriweather, touchdown, Dallas. Ellis Merriweather, the running back in the backfield. It's like when he slips out for a quick catch, it's like he's invisible. They just keep leaving the running back open in the flat. They just keep leaving him wide open. Like, whose responsibility is it? Look at this. Well, you can't look at it. But he just goes out from the left to the right side flat. He's just standing there wide open in the end zone. Yo, who's guarding this guy? UFL runs from, it's truly a spring league in the sense that it started this weekend, right, around the start of spring, and it goes on until the end of spring, I believe, like middle June. Extra point is good. Dallas is up 13-3 now. But yeah, this is true spring football. They got it where it's like, hey, it's like a month and a half after the Super Bowl, and it wraps up like a month and a half before the NFL preseason. No, the UFL is the XFL and the USFL. They both combined leagues. Now they're the UFL. Yeah. We had, for one season, we had XFL and USFL, and it was cool because we had football year round, because the XFL would start in February and end in May, and the USFL would start in April and end in late July. But we had it for 1 year. We had both, but we're back down to just one, and it's the UFL together. But they changed it up again this year because this is the second year of the UFL. They changed it. I think they changed up their divisions again. Let me see how this works here. I have to go to Wikipedia to know this shit, honestly. So, because I know last year they had the XFL division and the USFL division within the UFL. But they changed up a couple of the teams, and I know they changed up a few of the rules. So it's a different experience this year a little bit. Yeah, it runs from March 27th to June 13th. It's 8 teams. And the UFL will continue to follow its model of a 10-week regular season, but move from a 2-conference structure of 4 teams to a single table standings format featuring all 8 teams. So, yeah, there's no divisions here. All 8 teams are in a single league. And the top 4 make the playoffs. But I don't know what that means for the season structure because even Wikipedia says it doesn't explain the season structure. If you got 10 games in the regular season, if you play every team once, that's only 7 games. So you're going to have to play a couple teams twice. So I don't know. Houston, Decker throws it complete to the opponent's 35 right off the bat. Deckers goes deep and completes the pass from 135 to another. Hand off out of shotgun. Now it'll be 2nd and 8 for Houston. But no, I don't know why you would get rid of the divisions. Because in the division structure, you would play the 3 teams in your division twice, that's 6 games, and then the 4 other teams once, that's 10. So how, the other opponents, whatever. Houston from the 34-yard line. 10:30 to go in the second quarter. Oh, strip sack, fumble. Dallas trying to jump on it. 2 Dallas players trying to jump on it. They couldn't get it, and it ends up in the offensive lineman's hand. Houston recovers the fumble. Oh, man, Dallas should have absolutely recovered that. 2 Dallas players trying to jump on it at the same time, and the ball squirted out, and Houston fell on it. That's crazy. It's going to be 3rd and 15 for Houston. 10:16 to go in the second. I'm going to ask fucking Google. This is going to bother me until I figure it out. How is the UFL schedule determined? Houston now, pass incomplete. Wow. How is the UFL schedule determined? 26. They have to go for it on 4th and 15 because of the rule change. High and incomplete. Dallas will take over. I bet you some of these teams don't like that rule change. They'd rather just punt it. I'm pretty sure right there, Houston would have elected to punt. That just put them in a bad spot. All right, fuck this. Let's do UFL schedule. Houston Gamers. Let's see if we can figure this out ourselves. Even Google doesn't know. Even fucking Google does not know. Let's just look at the Houston Gambler schedule while it's commercial, and let's see which opponents they play twice. So, obviously, they play Dallas today. They play Birmingham. They play D.C. They play Louisville. They play Columbus. Huh? What the fuck? Okay. I'm sorry. This doesn't make any goddamn sense. Okay, so in week 5, they play Columbus. And in week 6, they play Columbus again. Why do they have them playing the same team twice in a row? And then in week 8, they have them playing St. Louis. And in week 9, they have them playing St. Louis. Huh? I'm confused. What? I don't know what to I don't even know what to make of that. I don't even know what to make of that. I don't. Stupid. That's just really dumb. No, I think honestly, if I were the UFL, okay, when it says sometimes teams play each other 2 games in a row, that may be true. Okay, in baseball, you'll have series or you'll play multiple times in a row. Or even basketball's been doing that lately a little bit here and there. Football doesn't do that. That's bizarre. Dallas, second 5, 9 minutes to go from the 45. Fake quarterback keeper slides down about midfield, but just short of the first down. He could have went for it, but he slid down. He didn't want to take the hit. A little bit of a cowardly move there by Reed. I would not appreciate that if I was Reed's teammate. You slide down, make it 3rd and 1. Get the first down, bud. No, I don't get it at all. Eli, I don't get that schedule system at all. I think personally, if I were running the UFL, I would have had 10 teams. I would have added 2 more teams. And I would have had a 9-game schedule, give everybody once. And then I would have had a 16 playoff. I would have had the top 2 seeds get buys. That's what I would have done. Seed them 1 through 6. Dallas, play action, throw to the tight end in the flat. This is a game about 20 yards to the 30-yard line of Houston. You know, they were doing an interview with another guy, some dude in the St. Louis game, and they acted like he owned the UFL now and The Rock didn't. So I think ownership's changed. There's going to be a roughing the passer call added on to this play for Dallas. Oh, he went low. The Houston player went low, so that's going to be a roughing the passer. That's the Brady rule about going low on the plant leg, because that's what he got hurt back in 2008. And since then, they have that rule about going low on a passer. So now it'll be Dallas with the ball at the 14-yard line, getting ready to score another touchdown here. They keep this up. They got 4 wide receivers in. Reed from the shotgun. Passes it, crossing pattern over the middle. Touchdown, Dallas. These Houston corners are leaving receivers wide the fuck open. Tyler Vaughn's with the touchdown. Dallas up 19-3 now. 7:03 to go in the second. I will ask Google if The Rock still owns the UFL. He doesn't talk about it anymore. I'll go ahead and ask Google just to be sure. Does The Rock still own the UFL? Yeah, he still has an ownership stake in it. Oh, the extra story in Xenoblade 1? I like it. I don't necessarily think it's necessary. I definitely say I think you can play that separate the main campaign. It's just separate the main campaign, but I don't play it before you finish the main campaign. Dallas is up 20-3 after the extra point. But yeah, definitely stick to the main campaign first. Both the DLC, like the DLC for 3 is like that also, where hey, don't play until you finish the main campaign, and it's a completely separate level up system. Yeah, epilogue. Yeah, and 3's like that also. Some people praise the DLCs. Like they praise Future Redeem, they praise praise the Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 DLCs a lot. I don't try to go too crazy about it. I just say, hey, they're nice additions. You know. Of course, everybody loves the Torn of the Golden Country, Xenoblade 2 one. Yeah. These games are massive, man. Like you could sink some good time into like if you're playing all 4 games, I could see 500 hours being spent between all 4 games. I spent about 70 hours in Xenoblade 1. And I spent about 188 hours in Xenoblade 3. Xenoblade 1, because you have the definitive edition, you have the way to see easier where you go, makes the game faster than it normally was intended. Especially with the side quests. Dallas now will kick it off. To Houston, which is going to need a lot of help to get back into this one. Everyone loves Ricky. Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. I mean, I'm ready for a Xenoblade 4, let's be honest. First and 10 here for Houston, their own 28. Henderson's back in the game now after he was benched earlier. Runs with the ball, gets about 6 yards and slides down. It had been part of the plan to alternate quarterbacks for Houston to see what they got because it's early in the year and you need to figure out who's actually better. Or the coach might just be panicking and went back to the original starter because they haven't done nothing on offense since. Personally, I think Deckers has done enough on offense. He's not really been the problem. Henderson play action throws. Caught. Breaks a tackle. Number 3 for Houston. Past midfield down to the 43. Now he's jaw jacking. It's Keys the Third is the name of the receiver. What's up, Sam? Super Henry. Houston now at the 44-yard line of Dallas. 5:45 to go in the half. Henderson in the pocket, throws to the outside. Now he's throwing darts out there after struggling earlier. Complete. It'll be about a 7-yard gain for Henderson there on the pass. $5:15 to go in the half. 37 line. He just threw another pick. Henderson just threw another bad interception. Behind the receiver again and picked off. I don't know how you put this guy back on the field. I just don't know how you put him back on the field. For what it's worth, Deckers is throwing darts out there. When Henderson's been on the field, he's been in harm's way. He just did it again. He put the ball in harm's way again. His receiver wasn't even looking for the ball yet. He wasn't out of his pivot. He throws it before the receiver's ready. And the defender was right there waiting on it. It's inexcusable. Henderson is not ready to start in this league. He just ain't. You have to go back to Decker and stick to him. This indecision by the coach is costing him dearly. Could be costing him more than this game. Dallas with the run. It's on the 45. It's a no gain. It'll be second down. Less than 5 minutes to go now in the half. The Dallas sideline, they're laughing. They're laughing right now. The cameras are paying them laughing. They know when Henderson is on the field, a mistake is waiting to happen. Not good. Here's Dallas now, 2nd and 9. Takes the snap, Reed. Little crossover the middle, complete. Breaks a couple tackles. It's going to make it a manageable 3rd and 1 here for Dallas. They've been good about converting these 3rd and shorts all day. We got about 4 minutes to play in the half. Dallas is going under center like they have all day in these 3rd and short situations. But it's 3rd and 2, not 3rd and 1 this time. Boy, they run that quarterback sneak. Wide receiver handoff on the reverse. Jet sweep. First down after a gain of 5 there for Dallas. Good play call. Reed is 13 of 17, 178 yards and 2 touchdowns passing. He's had a great day on offense. We could be in the midst of a blowout, fellas. Of course, I would stream the one game so far in the UFL that's been a blowout. Dallas has 200 yards of total offense compared to Houston's 94. They've dominated this game. Play clock running out again on Dallas. They used a timeout earlier for that, and they got to use a timeout again for the play clock running down. 3:10 to go in the half. Second timeout. I don't know how often I just get infuriated with how do you not have the play ready and get it off before you have to call timeout with the play clock. Play clock is generous enough. It's 40 seconds. Get shit together. Stop wasting timeouts. It's only happened to me in Madden out of the many games I played last year, maybe a handful of times where I ran out of time and had to use a timeout on the play clock. First and 10 here for Dallas. Handoff, stretch play. Gains a couple yards, about 4 to the 40. A little bit of a tussle on the sideline. Oh, yeah, we are definitely going to do MLB streams this year. You're going to see NBA. You're going to see MLB. You're going to see – you've seen college basketball already. You've seen UFL. You'll see some. I always thought of all sports, MLB was the best to hear and not see if you had to hear one and not see it. Handoff, Dallas gets about 5 yards. It'll be third down. But what I'm saying is, like on radio, if you had to listen to it on radio, between MLB, NBA, and NFL, or between basketball, football, and hockey, between basketball, football, hockey, baseball, whatever sport you want to name, the best sport on radio, if you had to pick, is baseball for sure. Baseball, I still would rather see it on TV, but if you had to pick one for radio, baseball's the best. And essentially, what you guys are watching is you're watching me do radio on a sports game, if you think about it. Because you're not seeing what's going on. I have to describe it to you. We're at the 2-minute warning, by the way. The half. Now, unless, Eli, you're meaning do MLB, like play MLB the show, but I think you mean actually call an MLB game. Which, like I said, we will do that at some point. We're on commercial. Oh, you mean no? You want me to play MLB the show, right? Let's see. I know NBC is getting Sunday Night Baseball. They had Sunday Night Basketball. They got Sunday Night Baseball and Sunday Night Football. They got Sunday Night Sports all year round now, basically. What's up, Sam? All right, we're back from the 2-minute warning. It'll be 3rd and 4 here for Dallas. They're at the 36-yard line of Houston. Complete to the receiver. Houston swearing up and down the guy didn't catch it. But to me, it looked like he caught it. No, they are saying it complete. He was wide open again, though. No corner was on him. Oh, yeah, he dropped it. He dropped it. Clears me there. He was wide open. Now Dallas is going for it on 4th and 4 instead of trying for a 4-point field goal. The snap. Merriweather wide open in the flat again. The running back wide open in the flat. Nobody is on him at all. He is just eating their lunch. I don't know what this defensive scheme is, but they have got to guard him. They keep having him line up to either the right or the left and then going across the formation to the opposite flat, and he's wide open every time. How does that happen? You have got to pay attention to that. You got burned on it with a touchdown earlier. Now a fourth down got you with it. Hand off to Merriweather. A gain of about 6. Really? Huh. From the 24, Reed throws it, overshot it, interception drop, though. Houston had a clear chance at an interception, and they just flatly dropped it. Dallas now steps back, and they are sacked. It'll be fourth down and long. Houston should be calling timeout to preserve some clock for their offense. Why are they not calling timeout? Why is Houston not calling timeout? That would force Dallas to kick a field goal, and then they would get the ball back. Now Dallas is just going to run the clock all the way down and call timeout. This coach is a fucking moron. Welcome to dumb decisions. Dallas wanted them to wait till 1 second on the play clock to call timeout. Why is Houston not giving a fuck about having any time left after this kick? Now, if this kick is no good, Houston will take all 3 timeouts into the locker room without even giving their offense a chance. Whether the kick is good or not is irrelevant. You just gave yourself no chance at all to respond on offense. Down 20-3 already. Absurd. This coach is terrible for Houston. Terrible with his indecisions on the quarterback position, the way this defense coached up, and the clock management situation is inexcusable here. They could have had 20, 30, 40 seconds more. No, at least 35 seconds more than they're going to have after this kick. 51-yard field goal for Dallas. This is worth 4 points if it's good. The kick is up. The kick is good. Oh, worth 3 points. My bad. If it's long enough, there is a 4-point kick in this league. I thought it was 50 plus. Maybe that only applies if you didn't go backwards. So Dallas is up 23-3. And guess what? Now Houston has all 3 timeouts, but no time to do anything before the half. Like, maybe I get it if you're up 20-3, but you're down now 23-3, and you're just going to go into the half content with that? Like, Jesus, I don't know if we could call this full game, guys. This is fucking horrible. If this game keeps going the way it is, The only thing keeping me around is the fact that there's any attendance in the stream at all, because this is fucking trash garbage by Houston. Like, this is some shitty as shit football by them. They take the kickoff. Time has expired on the half. And we're going into halftime. So, me and Scooter have talked. Yeah, me and Scooter are cool. He was mad when it happened, though. He left the group party immediately. He doesn't handle it very well to lose in baseball, especially because that was my fault because I gave up 6 runs in an inning. Because let's be honest, he's the better player out of the two of us on baseball. He's like a world-class level player. You know what I mean? Like, he wins all of his games solo in Diamond Dynasty. And I'm not shitting you when I tell you this, guys. This is not me embellishing. This is not me like overhyping it. It's really the fucking facts. I'll be completely dead honest with you. Scooter is a top 100 player in MLB The Show. Period. In the world. Like, Scooter is a top 100 player in MLB The Show every year. So that's one of the reasons why we do so good in co-op is I'm average at best in MLB The Show, and he's like A+++ in MLB. Now, he's a better Madden player than me too, but he's not at that level like he is on MLB. And he was really good at this NBA Live game, the last NBA Live, like the NBA Live 19 or whatever. He played it for years. He had a record of like 500 something and 19 losses. So like 500 something wins and 19 losses. So like he's pretty good at sports games. Now me on the other hand, I'm not going to say I'm world class level at it. Oh, you're level 45. Oh yeah, you might be under level now. But no, I'm not going to say like I'm world class at it or anything, but I'm pretty fucking good at Mario Kart. Like especially Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 7 and 8 I was extremely good at. World, I'm a little bit more down to earth on that one. It's a little less technical on the drifting. Like Mario Kart World, drafting is more important than drifting. I haven't put much time into Mario Kart World as I did Mario Kart 8. I was always pretty good at Smash. Like super good back in the day in Melee and Brawl. Ultimate, I'm fine. Was it Scooter's better at shooters than 2? I don't think he's better than me in Halo, but he's better than me at Call of Duty. And he seemed like he was a little better than me in Splitgate. But Scooter also wouldn't know. If I put Xenoblade in front of him, he wouldn't understand it, though. So, like, he has limitations. We all have the games we're good at, not good at, right? If I gave Scooter Xenoblade, he wouldn't understand what to do. If I were to play Elden Ring, I'd get my ass whooped. Eli would know what to do. I'd get my ass whooped. Eli admits right here he's terrible at Mario Kart. You know, we all have different skill sets. I think you even said you're also not very good at 2D platformers. Now, I will admit the only reason I even started doing like rewind feature on any of those 2D platformers or any of those or save states on any of them or whatever, the only reason I did that is just to save time because I could beat those levels. I just don't want to sit there and stream it double or triple the amount just to restart and play them, you know. Yeah, you could be. Yeah, it's all about what time you put into things too. Um, I know that I don't need I don't really plan on doing a rewind feature in Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario World. I don't need that for those games. Super Mario Land, everything's so small, like and fidgety. It was a little annoying. So yeah, I did use some of the rewind feature there. Here. And Super Mario Brothers 2, both the US version and the Lost Levels version, they're insufferable to repeat and they're very difficult games. Like they're difficult for different reasons. Like Super Mario Brothers 2, the USA version, the reason why that game is hard in its own way is because the levels are so long, and if you were to die and have to restart, you're replaying so much of the level, you know? And that's supposed to be the easy version of 2, right? The hard version of 2, the Japanese version, the Lost Levels, we all know that's fucking brutal. We all know that is freaking absolutely brutal. I mean, you saw that on stream. I did not give any bones about rewinding there. Fuck that. But you saw regular Super Mario Brothers. Honestly, regular Super Mario Brothers is pretty easy until you get World 8's difficult. And they literally say that Lost Levels picks up the difficulty where Super Mario Brothers stops in World 8. And Lost Levels picks up the difficulty and only gets worse from there. And that's true. I think Super Mario Land 2 is mostly easier, if I remember right. Like I said, it's not necessarily about the perfect playthrough or 100%ing a game or doing it the purest route or spamming a rewind button. That's annoying too. It's more just, hey, we're just playing the game and chilling, and you can check it out and look at the level. Do a Nintendo gameplay. There's still so much Nintendo stuff I want to do now that it's opened up to me. Like, obviously, we're gonna hit Mario Land 2. We're gonna hit Mario Bros. 3. We're gonna hit Super Mario World. We're gonna hit Super Mario 64. And then we'll probably switch up gears to like Mario Kart stuff, like Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario Kart World. Definitely hit that Mario Tennis at some point. The new Mario Tennis. Play some online matches on stream as well. A lot of Mario stuff to start off the Nintendo gameplay, for sure. At least the Switch 2 is getting used. Even if I'm playing classic games, at least I'm using it. Because I don't plan on buying the new Yoshi game. That game just looks like trash ass to me. Like, I don't use the whole, oh, it's kitty excuse for things. But that Yoshi, the Mysterious Book, does literally look like it's made for 5-year-olds. But at the same time, it's actually, those Yoshi games are really annoying with the collectibles too. But yeah, I've never liked the Yoshi series. Never, even the Yoshi's Island that everybody loves. I just like, I don't care about it. Every time I've ever bought a Yoshi game, whether it was like Crafted World or Woolly World or whatever, I felt like I wasted my goddamn money. It's different Kirby. Kirby, I always feel like, damn, this was money well spent. This was a good game. Not Kirby Air Riders, I didn't play that, but main Kirby. Right, like the Forgotten Land was awesome. But yeah, anytime I spend money on a Yoshi game, I feel like I wasted my money. If I spend it on a mainline Kirby game, I feel like it was money well spent. You play the Yoshi spin-off Super Mario? No, Yoshi's a spin-off of Super Mario. That being said, I obviously am a fan of Yoshi. I enjoy Super Mario World the most, and Yoshi is one of the biggest reasons I enjoy Super Mario World. I just think the Yoshi games on their own, just haven't really enjoyed any of them. So why would I continue to buy from that series, especially when the Mysterious Book doesn't even look that good? I'd rather spend the money on. In May, there's 2 games I want. I want that Directive 8020, that horde game or whatever, May 12th, and I want that 007 First Light, May 27th. I'd rather spend the money on those. So we're just shooting the shit right now. It's halftime of the UFL game. Dallas is up 23-3 on Houston. Let's see. There's a UFL game going on tomorrow night. Might do UFL tomorrow night too. Most likely, I'm going to start my Life is Strange playthrough on Monday. Let's see. I haven't looked for a little bit, but let's check out the channel. What's going on? We got 333 subscribers. Only 5 views on today's video. We went over Super Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 reviews. Looks like I need to make more videos bitching about women, don't I? We do have some results on the poll that I put out earlier. According to leaks, are you okay getting an Ocarina of Time remake and Star Fox in 2026 if you don't get a new 3D Mario in 2020 until 2027? 3 of you answered yes, and nobody answered no. I think I agree with you guys. Like, it's not a hard yes for me, but I lean yes. If we're actually getting a Star Fox game and the Ocarina of Time remake, and we gotta wait till 27 from a new 3D Mario, I can live with that. Because if the leaks are true, that means the second half of 2026, we're getting a new Fire Emblem, we're getting a new Star Fox, we're getting Dust Bloods, and we're getting Ocarina of Time for Nintendo. That's a good second half of 2026. In addition to on PlayStation also getting in the second half of 2026 Wolverine and GTA and Forza and that Halo campaign remastered. I can live with that lineup. I can definitely. One of my criticisms of Star Fox, though, even the beloved Star Fox 64, the game's too short. Like, I got the 3DS version of Star Fox 64 back when that came out. I brought it with me to the laundromat, and while I did laundry, I beat the game from start to finish. Yeah. So I would really hope we get at least an 8-hour thing with the new Star Fox. That would be nice. And as far as Ocarina of Time goes, I'm fucking excited. A 4K HD Ocarina of Time. I mean, that just sounds fucking great. Like, I think that gets me really excited. Let's see. I'm just scrolling YouTube. See if there's any news going on. A lot of news broke yesterday, that's for sure. Really, they're at Fat Camp 2 is having their finale right now. I don't. I think they're cutting it short. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think Fat Camp 2 would be ending so quickly. It felt like it was just last week they got there. Still at halftime, waiting for the second half to start. So this will bring up an interesting discussion. But if this is a true remake of Ocarina of Time, but it is basically 1-to-1, the original game, is it eligible for Game of the Year? I don't believe it is. However, what if they change enough of it, like the game's completely different? Like way different. Not just the visuals, right? Would that count? Could that be Game of the Year? I don't know. I don't think so. It could be in my top 10 list as far as games I played, but it can't. There's no way I would put that at number one. Well, you see here, Targeted Andy. When we played MLB The Show last, we lost, and he left the party. Imagine Crimson Desert on the Switch 2. I don't know if that would even work. That may break the system. No, he's cool. Me and him talked. We'll play MLB again at some point. Houston with the kickoff. Dallas to receive, already up 23-3. They run it back to about the 34-yard line. A little bit of jaw jacket going on the sidelines. Man, I tell you, that Houston coach really blew it at the first half. He should have used a timeout. That's good, Eli. That sounds like fun. Dallas now from the 34, a shotgun. Reed fakes the handoff, passes it inside. Cut! Nobody behind on the defense. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Dallas. The blowout is on. Greg Ward Jr. with the touchdown. My God. These Houston corners have been getting cooked today. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Well, the hope would be to get monetized on here and get paid for doing that. But yeah, the Houston corners have been cooked all day. Dallas down, attack on the extra point. The kick is up. It's good. 30-3, Dallas. You're at Sword Valley now. Yeah, I think you're more than halfway through the game, Eli. A little more than halfway through. Like I said, I think I was like level 80 something when I fought the final boss. Have you been doing any side quests? Good, yeah. I mean, you want to make sure you don't get under-leveled. I'll be honest, guys. If this blowout keeps up, I may not call this full game. The March Madness is about ready to start soon. I may have to go to that. But this shit's getting ridiculous. Oh, you only do side quests that give experience? Yeah, I forgot that game gives you, it gives you side quests that give you no experience sometimes. I think there's 400 in the game. I did all 400. And obviously, you can get them done in a timely manner. Ball bounces on the kickoff for Houston. Wait a minute. He breaks a tackle. He's going down to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He will go all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Marino Cropper with the touchdown. And Houston gets their score of the day in the end zone. I'm shocked, especially considering the ball bounced. He picked it up and ran it back anyway. Houston now finally getting a touchdown. It comes on special teams. Is this the spark they needed to get back in this game? We've already had 2 touchdowns and not even 30 seconds have passed in the third quarter. Houston's going for 2. They're lined up on the left hash. They hand it off. He's stuffed. Wait, he fights. Second effort. He's in. It's 30-11 now, Dallas, as we go to commercial. We've seen 3 plays in this half, and we've gotten 2 touchdowns off of it. That's exciting. But can Houston get back in this game? To do so, they're going to have to defend way better in the secondary. Dallas, even though they're up by as much as they are, they're still just throwing the ball around because this is the easy pitch and catch for them. You could be a little underleveled, yeah. Trust, that final boss is hard, bud. That final boss is pretty fucking hard. Like, if you get to that final boss and you get your ass reamed, you need to go back and do a bunch of side quests and come back because, yeah, he is fucking difficult. Also watch your gear. Make sure you're using the best weapons you could be using. Having the best armor that you could be wearing. That's good, man. Well, I think some of those side quests, though, even the ones without experience, might be able to help you with that too. Check your shops when you get a chance, whenever too. Definitely fight enemies along the way. Don't avoid enemies along the way. I would fight enemies along the way to get general experience. I wouldn't try to sneak around as many. I would confront everything that you see. as long as it's something you think you can beat. Obviously, avoid, like, do fight as many enemies as you can. Okay. Yeah, I do think that it's more forgiving. The leveling system's a little more forgiving in 3. You don't find yourself as underleveled as you do in 1, but you can find yourself underleveled in 1 quite a bit sometimes. All right, Dallas has the ball. Receiver wide open. Dallas down the field. He was going all the way to the end zone and tripped over himself. My God, is anybody guarding anybody in this game right now? These Houston corners are getting absolutely fucking smoked. Reed is 16 for 22, 293 yards and 3 touchdowns. These Houston corners are making the guy look like Tom Brady out here. I swear. He is absolutely carving them up, but not because he's a position passer that's doing a great job. Just these Houston corners aren't covering anybody. To the receiver in the flat and tackled right away. It'll be 3rd down. But my God, they have to do something different with Houston's defense. This isn't going to work for them. They're going to get 60 hung up on them before the end of this game if they can't cover anybody. How do you leave the receiver you're on? How do you leave him that open? It was a simple hook play on that one big play they just made. And the corner just left him. 3rd down, pitch and catch to the running back. What a surprise. He goes right down the middle of the field. Nobody within 5 yards of him completes the ball. It's a simple angle route. The linebacker just completely fooled on it. Now a quick bubble screen. Blocking on the outside gets down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. About 12 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4. Reed is over 300 yards now. And Dallas isn't even trying to run the ball. They realize they're up by 19. They're just doing better throwing the ball. And there they are to throw it again. Time in the pocket to the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. No, wait. They say he's out of bounds. I thought he was in. We'll look at the replay. Well, I'm telling you now, Eli, this Houston Gamblers team is fucking awful. They're going to be the worst team in the UFL this year. Like, they can't defend a wet paper bag. Yeah, the receiver caught it, but while he was in midair, the Houston player pushed him out. 4 now, 11:15 to play in the 3rd. Reed to the running back, who, guess what, is wide open in the flat for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for Dallas. This is basic coverages here that Houston is not doing. These are basic routes that Dallas is running. Level 52. What level are you? You're like 43, aren't you? Yeah, you're under leveled officially. Yeah, you're under leveled. Under center, handoff to the running back, stretch play. Tackled for a loss of 2 or 3. They're not running the ball very well, but who needs to when you could just pitch and catch? That easy. Reed has 320 yards passing. It's 2nd and goal. Yeah, if you end up keep dying, Eli, you might go back a little bit and go do some side quests. This drive is 8 plays, 68 yards, 4.5 minutes long, 10 minutes to go in the third. Reed on 3rd and goal. Throws it to the middle of the field, caught, but tackled at the 2-yard line. Dallas will have a decision to make. Kick it or go for it. I'd go for it. I wouldn't even give a fuck. I mean, yeah, you could kick the field goal and go up 33-11, but you could also just go for it. And if you don't get it, you pin this Houston team back that has done nothing on offense all day. And they're going to go for it. Oh, wait, my bad. It's only 3rd and goal. It's not even 4th and goal yet. Now it's 3rd and goal. Reed. Flat. It was batted down by defensive lineman. Now it's 4th and goal. And they're going to bring on the kicker. They're going to take the points. I guess the thinking here is in the UFL, because there is a 3-point conversion play, this is technically still a 2-possession game. And if they tack on the field goal, they make it a 3-possession game. Delay a game, Dallas. Not the worst call in the world. It's already a short field goal. That wasted time. 8:46 to go in the third. Now they could boot through the chip shot and go up 33-11. That would make it a 3-possession game in the UFL. And Houston's not equipped to come back. 26-yard field goal is good. Dallas goes up 33-11, 8:30 to go in the third. We're going to commercial. God damn. Come here, Doodles. You want back up? Come here. I'm still collecting profiles for the horrible women of Hinge. I'm still in the process of doing that. That's fucking hilarious. I can't believe that. That's fucking hilarious. No, there's bad ones that they're under 30. Houston now receives the kickoff to get to about the 35. Doodles. Doodly. Come here. Houston now will have it 2nd and 3. Come here. Doodles. Up here. Houston going deep, just out of the outstretched arm of the receiver. Come here. Come on. Good girl. Be 3rd and 3 here for Houston. Quarterback scrambles. It's Decker in there again instead of Henderson, which is probably a good move. This is the 3rd time they've changed the quarterback. Decker scrambles for the 1st down. I'll take this one over. 45-yard line for Houston, 1st and 10. Decker is taken down on the blitz. It's a sack. The whistle just blew. It's 2nd and 18. There's a flag on the play. Well, 3rd down after the quick slant was caught. 6:20 to go in the 3rd. Third and 13. And since they crossed midfield at one point, Houston will have to go for it. They're not allowed to punt. They have to go for it to kick a field goal. They get most of it here on a gain of about 10. They'd probably go for it anyway, even without that rule in place. From the 39, 4th and 4. The throw was behind him, incomplete. Turnover on downs. Deckers had him. He knew it, and he threw it behind him. I don't feel like Houston has a chance to win in this game now. Any chance they had, I think that just blew it out the water. We're on commercial now. Yeah, I think we're fully entering garbage time with this game. Oh, okay, dude. We're just going to kind of chilling during the commercial break. Mm. I don't know, man. Sometimes the more you look at these profiles, the more you just go, what the fuck's the point? You know what I mean? Oh, you're on par with levels right now? Good. Okay. Well, honestly, I don't really need to give a shit to begin with because I deal with girlfriend, but it's just for the sake of research purposes, I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, this is terrible. like this is just now none of these a lot of these profiles aren't even worth putting on the show because like they're just not bombastic enough until I find like the ones that are truly bombastic. But when I say almost every profile is disappointing, almost every profile is disappointing at least. You know, I'll say that. Arlington play action tries to off Arlington. Dallas with the play action tries to dump it off in the flat. It's dropped. It'll be 3rd and 10 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Reed with the long throw complete. First down off 3rd and 16 there. I don't know. Reed might set a single game UFL passing record. Might look that up. What's the single game passing record in the UFL? Jordan Tamu, during last year's UFL championship, set the record with 390 yards for the UFL. Right now, Austin Reed for Dallas is at 335 yards. He may get the first ever 400-yard passing game in the UFL. From the 50-yard line now, Reed incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from midfield. 3:51 to go in the third. But yeah, Eli, to give you an idea who's on the next video for the Horrible Women of Hinge. There, and by the way, Dallas just ran a play down to the 41. It'd be 3rd and 1. But to give you an idea of the bad women of Hinge, the ages so far, I see a 20-year-old, a 38-year-old, a 31-year-old, and a 28-year-old. That's what I have so far. I want usually about 6 or 7 profiles. I got 4 right now. Third and 1, Dallas. Handoff. Stuffed in the backfield. Second effort, first down. Good second effort there. Okay, I do have a 5th profile on here, the 38-year-old. The 6th one there, there's 30. That's a 36-year-old. Oh, there's a 7. I do have a 7th profile. I have enough. I do have enough to make a video. First and 10 here for Dallas. Less than 2 minutes left in the third. I'm just sorry. I'm just double checking, reading through this stuff. I'm like, my God. So I will say this. So I do say with some of these profiles, if they're like being picky or they're being like opinionated or they say their wife material and shit like that, that's not necessarily bad for the young ones. But when they're older, that's where I make fun of them for the age, and that's why I bring up the ages. So like there would be like 3 type of profiles that I'd run across. One are the women that I cross that's worthy to be put on the show. One are the women that are well past their prime, but acting like they're not. So like this would be like a 35 plus woman who it would be considered a geriatric pregnancy if they were pregnant. But they act like they're still hot shit. By the way, 2nd and 10 for Arlington. Ball bat in the air, incomplete. The second type of profile I run across will be the ones that are like, mom had your sister at almost 40. Oh, yeah, sure, it's possible. But what I'm saying is, younger people should get paired off and married at a younger age. But a lot of these women get their backs blown out by Chad for 10, 15 years, 20 years, and then they want to settle down. So I make fun of that kind of profile, right? Where they've hit the wall. Now they're looking to settle down. Reed is tackled in the backfield. That'll probably end the third quarter. But the second type of profile I make fun of is if they're like super opinionated or political. Like these are the people that are like, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, fuck you, fuck men, fuck this, fuck having sex, even though Chad blows my back out. These are the weirdo types too, right? That's the second kind of profile I make fun of. Exactly my point, Eli. When they say they're wife material and they're in their late 30s, early 40s, then why are they not married? That is exactly the point. The third type of profile I run across that I'll typically make fun of is the one that is like, I got 5 baby daddies, stuff like that. And you will see women that can, all 3 of these things could be in one profile. That's called hitting the trifecta. So like I have ran across profiles where it's women that are 40 plus with like 4 or 5 baby daddies, and they still think they're hot shit, but they're also super political and opinionated and fuck Trump, fuck ICE, right? That's the trifecta. Of course, I'll also put on weird profiles like, I identify as a cat. Someone says, I identify as a cat, or, shit like that. Like, that gets on the list too. I'm not going to say the hinge stuff will be my best, but I do like to point out when there's hypocrisy, like when they're being hypocrite. I like to point that out too. But even the profiles I don't put on the show, the profiles that I just run across normally, I just look at them. I'm like, I just shake my head. I'm just like, first of all, I don't even bring up the profiles where the women are like completely scantily clad, but then they say, I want a faithful, honest relationship. Because I don't even show the looks or talk about the looks at all when I do these videos. I just do the bios. But if I did incorporate the looks, I would have double, triple the material. But there's a reason I don't include the looks, because I want people to read the words of these people without even knowing what they look like. Read the words of these people, and you'll figure out they're single. Yeah, I believe that women have sex with who they want, men have sex with who they can. And in most of these cases, the reason why these women are single is because they want to be with a Chad, but that same Chad has dozens of women that want to be with him. And they're not willing to settle. The biggest problem with women today is they don't settle. They actually view the word settling or settle down as super negative. They would rather be single and pine for Chad than to settle what's properly in their league. Dallas, 41-yard field goal to start the fourth quarter. The kick is no good. The game stays 33-11. Yeah, but basically, to put it plainly, let's say on the look scale, which everybody might have a different opinion of it, but on the look scale, 0 to 10, 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. If we have about 50% of the planet's male, 50% is female. If everybody went into their proper categories, we would be married off. We would stay married longer, right? Without divorces. Decker throws it deep, caught midfield for Houston. But so if 10's only married 10's, if 8's only married 8's, if 5's only married 5's, we'd be fine. Okay? But that's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. What happens is women who are, first of all, women who are 10's are complete psychopaths, okay? And completely like crazy, okay? But women that are 9's want 10's. Women that are 8's want 9 and 10's. Women that are 7 want 8, 9, and 10's. Women that are 6's want 8, 9, and 10's. Women that are 5's want 8, 9, and 10's. Women that are 4's want 7's, 8's, 9's, and 10's. Women that are 3's want 6's, 7's, 8's, 9's, and 10's. Women that are 2's want men that are 5's, 6's, 7's, 8's, 9's, and 10's. Women that are 1's or 0's want men 5 and up. Now do you see the issue? It'll be 1st and 10 for Houston. 13 minutes to go in the game. They got the ball at the Dallas 40. They fake the handoff. Deckers throws it deep. It's caught. Going towards the end zone, but down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Houston. They're fighting back. They're trying to get back in this game. Decker hit him on the crossing route. The left-handed quarterback. He's played much better than Henderson today. But Houston still has not scored an offensive touchdown today. Their one touchdown was a special teams touchdown. Houston hands it off. He's stuffed at the line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. They need to hurry because there's 12 minutes left in this game. But remember, incomplete passes, the clock will still run outside of 2 minutes. So this clock will melt faster than the NFL. Yeah, UFL is back. It was back as of last night. St. Louis and D.C. played earlier. And we got Dallas versus Houston right now. 2nd and goal for Houston. Play action. Deckers throws towards the back of the end zone. Throws it away. No one there. Let's see what that comments say. I don't think there's a 10 out of 10 man or woman because they would be perfect and only Jesus is perfect, says Eli. Thanks for hitting the like button, guys. I appreciate that. Third and goal from the 3. Oh, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Houston got stuffed. It'll be 4th and goal. They better cash in with a touchdown here. Are you a fan of a certain team in the UFL? They need this to keep the game alive in any way, shape, or form. 4th and goal from the 1. Houston. Deckers throws it slant. No good. Oh, man, what a backbreaker. Just a fair warning, guys. My computer battery is running low, and I'm too much of a it's a blowout. So if the stream dies randomly, Don't blame me. I'll charge it later. It's not low, but it's getting there. I just don't want to bother. I think this game is going to be over in the next 30 minutes. Yeah, personally, I always like the Battlehawks, the St. Louis Battlehawks. I like their stadium, the team's atmosphere. I would like them to win the UFL title. We're on commercial now, by the way. Well, I do think the UFL, they should have 10 teams instead of 8 at least. I think if you do a 9-game schedule with 10 teams, so everybody plays each other once, and then you do a 6-team playoff with the top 2 teams getting buys, that would be how I would do it. I still don't think you necessarily need divisions or conferences, but like I said, I think one league, 10 teams, they all play each other once, and then a 16 playoff instead of a 14 playoff. That would be how I would go. You get 5 games a week. You could have put, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday every week. Schedule's a little weird. You're a big Chiefs fan? Cool. I think Mahomes will be ready week 1. Now, Dallas taking the ball from the 1, their own 1, 10:41 to go in the game. They have to get out of their own end zone. Handoff stuffed, gain of nothing, but it's not a safety either. Now, let's keep an eye on this. Austin Reed has 351 passing yards for Dallas. The record is set by Jordan Ta'amu, 390 yards in the UFL championship game last year. So he has a chance to break the passing record. Houston on defense has not been guarding receivers very well. Dallas hasn't ran the ball very well, but they've been throwing them on them. Play action. Reed going deep. Incomplete. Good defense that time. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now from the 2. But yeah, I think Reed's going to break that record. He's got a lot of time left in this game. He should have the first 400-yard pass game in the UFL. I don't think they'll just sit and run the ball. All right, here we go. From the end zone, Reed caught to the 20. First down, Dallas. You like Justin Fields as the backup? Yeah, I think that he would be one of the top 5 backups in the league. Now, Dallas from the 20 gains about 5 yards on the run. Reed has 369 pass yards. He only needs 22 more to have the UFL single game record. I do think that the Chiefs should they should have a package for Justin Fields. They should, like a little package on like second and short, third and short or something, where he can run with the ball. Or maybe you could put him in for the quarterback sneaks. I think he could do more than just be a backup. I think you can give him like the Taysom Hill style of packages of plays, or even have plays where him and Mahomes are on the field together. Come on, Andy Reid's got to be creative enough to come up with something. Oh, thank you. Yeah. 2nd and 6, Dallas runs it to get a first down, gain of 8. 8 minutes to go in the game. Yeah, I'm not even saying like, oh, it has to be a whole bunch. Like, I just think a little wrinkle, like two or three plays a game. Red zone, short yardage. They did that with him with the Steelers too, when he was with the Steelers. Dallas now 1st and 10, handoff, stretch play, gain of nothing. About 7 minutes to go for the Renegades here. Finally, he got a good running back. Yeah, Kenneth Walker. Um, I don't know why Seattle didn't pay him. That's crazy. He was a Super Bowl MVP. I think it's smart that you went out and got him instead of waiting on the draft. Because you don't know. Jeremiah Love may not be there anyway. So now that you got running back taken care of, maybe you take care of pass rush in the draft or a receiver. Dallas now 2nd and 10. Reed in the shotgun from their own 32. He's scrambling. He throws, complete in the flat. It's going to be a gain of like 1 yard here. Austin Reed does have the regular season UFL record, 370 yards. So it looks like there's a timeout on the field. I'm not sure why. Maybe Houston already called one. But yeah, 370 yards is a UFL regular season record. But Jordan Tamu in the championship game threw for 390. We're on commercial now. So the only difficult thing about calling the game with the volume off, because I don't want to get like copyright, is sometimes I'm not sure what's going on with timeouts or whatever if they don't show it on the screen with the graphics. Good job, Eli. Yeah, just the way that world works out there, you always feel like you're getting closer and closer to, where you need to go. I know March Madness has already started tonight. I'll give a quick update on that score for you all. Illinois versus Iowa in the Elite Eight. Right now, Iowa leads 22-20 over Illinois. Iowa shocked the world when they beat Florida in round 2. If Ruben Bain falls to number 9, then he's absolutely worth taking, whether he has the short arms or not. But the question is, should the Chiefs package their 2 first-round picks to move up to get him? I don't necessarily think so. But if either Cardell Tate, the receiver, or Ruben Bain, the pass rusher, falls to you at 9, they're worth taking. But I feel like you might have to move up to get one of those guys, but you may not want to move up. You may want to keep your picks. The Chiefs will also have to address the secondary because they lost a couple secondary pieces, and they're going to have to address the offensive line because they cut Juwan Taylor. But that short arms thing is true. Like Will Campbell for the Patriots kind of sucked because of his short arms. Dallas throws it on 3rd and 8, complete, but it'll be short of the sticks, 4th down. What were your 2 party members? You use Ryan and honestly, I always switched up my party members in Xenoblade. I'd switch them up. Like I'd start playing with them, and then when next time I played, I'd switch them up. Fourth and 4 now. Dallas will punt. I don't know if Dallas is going to get the ball again to try to break that record for Austin Reed. I mean, he already broke the regular season record. Houston receives the punt at the 10. They get to about the 23-yard line. 5 minutes to go. We're going to commercial. How do you guys feel about Dallas Renegades? Should they have went to Dallas or should they have kept it Arlington? Oh, man. Okay, I hope you guys like the commentary. You know, we're going to do lots of sports this year. It's not all I do on the channel, but we do some live sports commentary. You know, we're going to do UFL. We've got baseball later this year. We've done college basketball. Of course, we'll do NFL in the fall, NBA. Even some tennis later this year. Oh, yes, pro wrestling. I forgot to mention that too. We did Elimination Chamber, and we're gonna do WrestleMania both nights. So it's like one of those things where, you know, some people can't afford the $30 a month ESPN package. And so I'll do my best to give commentary out. But also, even if you got the event going on, you could have me, you know, someone could have me on the side maybe listening, or, you know, they could just type in the comments, hey, what's going on? We're all talking about it, But definitely want to be there for WrestleMania. Yeah, both AEW, WWE, other wrestling promotions. I definitely have my fair criticisms out there, but I've been a fan of wrestling for about 30 years. So, it's always going to be part of me, a part of what I do. Houston completes the pass on first down, gain of 3, and be 2nd and 7, quickly get to the line. Deckers is 11 out of 18 for 146. The lefty throws, caught middle of the field. Tight end breaks it, makes a move down to the 43 of Dallas. They need to hurry. JCW has been on fire now. I think that what's his face? Vince Russo runs that one, I believe. You switched Ryan out for Dunban. Yeah, I always prefer Dunban over him. Short pass underneath to the running back, complete. Gain of 3, 4 minutes to go in the game. 2nd and 7 coming up for Houston. Yeah, JCW. Yeah. Vince Russo always liked him in the Attitude Era, too. Deckers throws complete down the middle of the field. It'll be 1st and 10 with forward progress for Houston. They got to hurry. This is a 3-possession deficit, and they'll need to score quickly. They're in the no huddle. Deckers in shotgun, 320 and counting. The receivers are running 4 verticals, but they hooked it. They catch it on the outside there. 1st down again. They're moving the ball. Dallas is keeping everything in front of them. They're definitely loosening up on defense. Houston has yet to score a touchdown on offense. Their one touchdown was a kickoff return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gamblers. Putting up some garbage stats here. From the 21, Deckers to the end zone. One-handed, no good. He juggled and dropped it. He tried to pull his best Odell Beckham impression, but couldn't haul it in. We'll give A for effort. He really tried right there. He had the Odell Beckham one-handed thing going on and juggling it and couldn't quite bring it down. 2nd and 10 now, 2:15 to play in the game. Houston let the play clock run way too low. Clock still runs after incomplete passes outside the 2 minutes. They let that play clock run way too quickly. But the pass is caught. It'll be a 1st down for Houston as we hit the 2-minute warning. Well, wait, the clock stopped at 2:02. I don't know why. I don't think anybody called timeout. 2:04. Ricky Sosa just signed to TNA. I'm a little mad and a little mad. I want him in Ring of Honor or AEW, but I don't want him near WWE because his theme is so good. Yeah, WWE messes up theme songs. Like, that's true. First and goal here for Houston. They actually did use a timeout. This coach doesn't understand how to game manage at all. 2:04. Out to the running back in the flat. Tackle. Now it's a 2-minute warning. That'll be 2nd and goal. See, here's what pisses me off about this Houston coach. This guy did not use his timeouts towards the end of the first half when he was down 20-3 to save time for his offense when he should have. Like, it was a situation where the Renegades were going to have to kick a field goal no matter what, but they could have made them kick it with 47 seconds left. Instead, they got to kick it with 7 seconds left, leaving their offense with nothing, no time, even though he goes into halftime with 3 timeouts. That made no sense. And then now this coach had them lackadaisically go to the line on the previous play to throw a completion again. And since they got tackled with 2:04 left before the 2-minute warning, instead of saving that timeout when it would be better used, he uses it with 2:04 left. That only saves you 4 seconds when you might need the timeout more after you score the touchdown and need to stop Dallas. This guy makes no sense with his clock management at all. The Gamblers are in for a long season. Yeah, I think AEW music's better than WWE music. Yeah, no, the Houston coach he's not up to snuff. Like, is that Aaron Glenn out there, the New York Jets head coach? Because that's what he reminds me of. You know, when somebody's not coaching good, sometimes even after one season, you got to cut the guy. Like, the Patriots were really smart to get rid of Gerard Mayo after a year when they realized this guy isn't going to work. And they brought in Mike Vrabel. Look what happened. The theme song for WrestleMania is fire. I love the soundtrack. Well, remember what it was last year? I had it stuck in my head last year. It was that fiend, whatever that song is. Where we go? We got second and goal for Houston from the 3-yard line, trying to make this game look better on the box score. Decker fakes it, pump fakes a throw, and runs it in for a touchdown. Oh, Eli, I see. I might have to look that up. I haven't noticed it yet. You know what? Honestly, I completely forgot Nickelback even existed. Nickelback was big back 20 years ago, but surprised they're still kicking it strong. 2-point try here for Houston. Decker throws middle of field incomplete. Dallas is still up 33-17 with 1:55 to play. There's no option for an onside kick, so Houston will have to try a 4th and 12 scrimmage play from its own 28-yard line. If the team gains a first down, the team retains possession. This is one of the differences between the UFL and the NFL. They don't do the onside kick. You just trot your offense out there and you go for it. I don't know if you guys like that or not. Personally, I don't. To me, I think it should be onside kick. Let's see here. 4th and 12 here. No good. Dallas will take over. You don't like the NFL rules about kickoff. So here's my deal. If I had it my way with the NFL kickoff, I would have the traditional run up, but make the kicker kick it from the 20. So he's really got to put his leg into it, right? And you'll never get a touchback and you get the old school run up, right? That would be the most ideal. But if my choices are the stupid way they line up now, but because if they don't kick it in the target zone, you get it to 35, every single team is kicking it where the guy must receive it. At least we're getting returns. If it was the old from the 35 and just booted out the back of the end zone, we got no returns. Now we actually do get returns. So it's not the most ideal, but at the very least, we're getting actual kickoff returns. So I'm okay with it versus what we had a few years ago, which is kick it off, boot it out the back of the end zone. Not a fan of the onside kick. Well, that's because they've ruined the onside kick for you. When I think of the onside kick, the old school onside kick, where you could have like 8 players, 9 players on one side of the ball, and they have the run up and they all crash into each other for the ball, that's a fun onside kick. Oh, God. Well, kinda, Eli. 2nd and 8 for Dallas. Reed is 26 of 40, 375 yards, a UFL regular season record, and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Reed is going to throw again. No, he's going to scramble and run instead and slide for a gain of nothing. Smart man, get down. It's week 1. Don't get yourself hurt. Keep the ball in play. Houston's not even using their last timeout. They've waved the white flag. It'll be Dallas now, 3rd and 7, 1 minute left. Handoff. Gain of 2. Now it looks like Houston's going to call their last timeout. I wonder why they've decided to even bother at this point. If you look at the UFL championship odds entering week 1, the Houston Gamblers did have the worst odds at plus 1,500. So they are considered the worst team in the league going into this season. And Dallas had a plus 475 odds, 3rd best in the league. It's going to be Colton Thecker for a 41-yard field goal attempt. He's 2 for 4 today. Oh, you excited for that AEW pay-per-view? Field goal kick is up and good. Dallas takes a 36-17 lead with 51 seconds to play. What is your favorite AEW pay-per-view? I always like Double or Nothing the most, normally. I know it's hard to say because none of the pay-per-views are like super themed. Like, in WWE, WrestleMania is the big show. That, Royal Rumble, what that kind of pay-per-view is. You know what Elimination Chamber is. You know what Survivor Series is. SummerSlam is not really themed either. It's just sort of, it's just big matches. Money in the Bank, you know what to expect. Yeah, last year in the UFL, they had the run up on the kickoff too. They don't even do the run up anymore. They kick it like this also. I wonder how soon before college football adopts this kickoff style with all the players on the other side of the field. Houston receives the kickoff. Oh my God, he broke a tackle. He's going down the sideline to the 40, to the 35. Now, Houston should immediately be taking end zone shots. They should immediately be going to the end zone because there's no time to waste. Did you lose to Munkar? These AW pay-per-views don't disappoint. They're on fire. Yeah, there was shoot, what was the one where Adam Page won the title was fucking great. Hangman won the title. That pay-per-view was really good. It was like 8 hours long too. Houston drops back, sacked. No timeouts to stop the clock. If I were Houston, pack it in. Just pack it in. Just let the time run out. Don't even try. All you can do at this point is get your player hurt. I never understood why teams right here in this situation are like, all right, we got to line up now. We gotta try. What for? There's 15 seconds left. You're down by 3 scores. You're not going to win the game. Now you got Deckers out there running and going out of bounds. Now you got 9 seconds. How are you going to score 19 points in 9 seconds? What is the fucking point? Oh, you beat him? That's good. I feel like that's maybe your 2/3 of the way boss in that game. This should be the last play of the game. No, it won't be. It's a complete pass. It's going to be 4th and 1, 5 seconds to go from the 28-yard line of Dallas. This will be the last play of the game. Houston had a really poor effort here as a team today. I'm not going to lie. This was a pretty piss poor effort. The defense couldn't cover anybody. The offense couldn't do anything except garbage time stuff. This was a blowout. Here we go. Decker throws it, caught, tackled, game's over. You don't think he'll struggle with the final boss? I struggled with that final boss. All right, guys, that's the end of the game. That'll be the end of the stream, too. I'm going to go watch some March Madness. You don't believe these rumors about Ronda Rousey's all elite? So you think that it's just a one-off that she was there at the show? I mean, I'm thinking this. This is what I think. I think either it was a one-off or if she's going to be there. Oh, but okay, here's what I think. I think if she's going to be there, it's going to be after her fight with Gina Carano. Yeah, she's promoting her fight. Well, she's not in the UFC. It is MMA, but she hates the UFC. She hates Dana White in the UFC, but she's having a MMA fight versus Gina Carano May 16th on Netflix. After that, maybe she goes to AEW. But I don't think you're going to see her fight before her actual fight with Gino Carano. But this may be what she plans to do after that fight. All right, guys. Hey, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I got a video coming out tomorrow, and we'll possibly do another UFL stream tomorrow night when Columbus takes on Orlando. Might do a stream about that one because honestly, this was a success. I enjoyed calling a football game with y'all. That'd be a good idea. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for showing up.